I'm Jaco DeVisser. Life's kind of been a blur the last year.
We are currently in the phase of partnership development. Jaco and I both have different ways of doing PD. Maybe do a newsletter together. A lot of times he'll do the writing and then I'll proofread it and we'll bounce it back and forth until we have something that we're happy with. But throughout the week, he is doing a lot more of the one-on-one contact with people via email and phone calls and Skype and those types of things. My way of doing it is via Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and making connections with other women, meeting up with them for coffee. It just seems to work. It paints a bigger picture of all these different ways that we can keep connected to people.
You had a whole bunch of people you were connecting with.
I asked God, give me the passion for Wycliffe. I got so excited about what I would be doing with Wycliffe that came across, I heard from people when I was sharing with them.
I think it's good too. People like to see these little updates from...
And I'd seen that in my previous job as well. If I was excited about something, people would come on board.
Oh, yeah, this graphic too, people really like.
When we realized that it wasn't really about asking people for money, it was more about getting people excited about what we were doing and sharing with them what we're doing. That led to people wanting to give.
Sometimes we can write about it.
I think you get it on Twitter, but if we're not
I think God created us with brains for a reason to have a plan. We need to act, and He requires us to do something, move forward, using the gifts and the things He's given us.
I had my strategies, and those were good, but we really realized we need to be open to other things.
It's like double, right? Like
In one church, after the service, the lady handed us a blank check. Well, the name wasn't filled in. The amount was, and we couldn't believe it. She said, here, this is for you. It's been in my purse for a month and a half.
It was with the photos.
Yeah.
This is totally God's thing. You know, He has got this. The people maybe that you expected to give won't, but the people that you never expected to give will. I've had those moments where somebody gives, maybe they would start to support us $100 a month. That's a big deal for one family to give that kind of money. But then when we put it into our big picture, into our budget, whoa, we need a lot more of that in order to make this happen. We've had moments where we went, how is this going to happen? It's just too big of a job. I can't say that fear just ever went away. It can be scary sometimes, but keeping the right perspective and focus and knowing what is God trying to motivate us to do more for Him. It requires a lot of prayer and it requires a lot of discipline and being grounded in Him and being around people who will encourage us in that way.
Prior to the PD workshop, we were about 30% of our support. We were both really excited to be going to a PD workshop. We can learn something new, and this is going to help us.
And now we have our visas. We should talk about how that felt.
Little did we realize it was just so much more came out of that than we even anticipated.
Have we shared that one with?
Nowhere really.
We got a boost again to go home and say, okay, we have a few more tools now, we can figure out how to do the rest of this.
We realized it was a big job. We'd heard so many encouraging stories from people that God would provide.
So we could do that one as the header.
There was other avenues available that we found other people weren't tapping into. And that was something that came up at the PD workshop, and people realized how much we were using social media, and they realized, hey, we could really benefit from this.
6.
A lot of times there's a negative connotation to social media. And we said, let's look at the positive side. Look at how you can connect with people. For PD, this is huge. Don't look at it as like, you're connecting with them so you can get money. Look at it so you can connect with them so you can get to know them better.
The important things that I took away from the workshop were the importance of relationships and that consistency of maintaining those relationships with people to keep them regularly in the loop.
This for that one.
Try not to get too focused on the task that you forget about the people and getting to know them better. That was a neat thing, just hearing some of their stories and how we could bless them through what we knew or what we were doing.
God carries us through, and He brought people along, bit by bit and story by story. Now we're there. It was nice to know that, okay, we're at 100% now. Realistically speaking, PD is always ongoing.
How do we maintain this? How do we maintain these relationships, especially when we're overseas? I'm the last one to get excited about social media, but it's a tool that works. People stay engaged. A short, brief update with pictures. People love pictures.
Now, were you rolling these up too?
Overall, through this whole journey, the last, I guess it's been a year and a half, from what we've seen, when we make it about other people, God's done some amazing things.